fellow YouTubers, Trouble8385 here with YouTube Gaming Community number 78. So first things first, that guy who's got Games 1 has his topic, and his topic is, over the past week, people who have PS3s don't have online. And it all started with the guy who modded his PS3. If Sony would have never sued him, none of this would have happened. My question, is it okay for someone to mod their consoles? I don't see why not. I mean, it is their property. It is the same as modding their car. He bought it, why not approve it? I'm just saying. Okay, first things first. Legally, when a system is on the market, or any electronic device, if you modify it, they legally have the right to sue you or throw you in jail. This guy is lucky Sony only did what they did. Sony could have technically, because of what he put out there and how it affected their sales, could have projected the amount of system sales it would have affected over the rest of the life of that console and sued that guy for it. Or put him in jail. The rookie could have destroyed the sales for their system by putting that out there. What he did was not necessarily a good thing. It was actually a lot of ways a bad thing. If someone could have figured out a way to take that rookie and somehow take the rookie from their system and find a way to access your system, it would have been very, very badly. But usually that kind of thing would have been no big deal if you're near the end of this life of the system run, or if there would have been a tech show where they do this all the time. They show vulnerabilities in Windows and stuff. If he just shown that vulnerability, it may not have been such a big deal. Because technically, whether you like it or not, by the law, at least in the United States, the law of the land here is, you do not own the device that you bought. The company that sold the device allows you to use that device. You don't legally have the right. You don't own that device. You cannot do whatever you want. Now, what Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft does, instead of suing everybody and their mother that mods it, because that would just be an unbelievable amount of bills, the easiest thing for them to do is they release an update. If you had modded it, it bricks your system. And then they know when they update it, and if it bricks, then a lot of times people call them and they say, okay, well, tell me what happened. Usually you find out, hey, guess what? These people, more than not, usually modded their system. It's an easy way to deal with that. I have nothing wrong with people modding their systems. I don't like when people call these hackers who hacked the PS3 heroes, because they're not. This would have eventually happened to Sony anyway. This was a known vulnerability that apparently wasn't fixed. So now today, SOE's down. It's been hacked. Now, gamers don't count in this whole situation, by the way, with Sony, because the honest truth is, gamers are they're like kids. When something happens, oh my God, it's the worst thing in the world. If the PS3 comes up, network comes up today, PSN comes up today, like it's originally supposed to, and it's better than ever, they'll all be talking about how great it is now. As for the people who are non-gamers, this has affected Sony's chance to get them to buy a system, because they will hear what the media says, it'll get stuck in their head, and there's nothing Sony can do to change their mind. They'll be like, oh, look at PS3. Oh, I remember that thing got hacked. You don't want to get that. That's not safe. This is what hurts Sony with this system. Go on Craigslist. It is full of PS3 games and systems. If you were looking for a PS3 game, right now it's probably a cheap way to get one right now. But again, I have no problem with people mod their system. But when you're talking about a current gen system, legally, if you do something major like the rookie, they can take you to court. You could get thrown in jail, or they could sue you for a lot of money. So next topic is from VK White. It is regarding pickup videos, packaging / unboxing videos. Hey Trouble, I just wanted to share my discussion on how many pickup and package videos there are. Seriously, why do so many people post a pickup video every single day? I'd rather prefer a whole bunch of games together to be shown instead of just one package with one game. I can see if you got a package from a YouTuber, you post a video as a thank you. Why don't we start discussing more topics and more tags? We shouldn't overflow YouTube with too much of the same content, because it'll get stale very quickly. The same happens when someone posts multiple videos of the same say or per day. What do you think on this subject matter? Okay. I personally like to have a bunch of pickups when I do a pickup video. I don't like to show one single game. I usually don't like to watch video when someone does one single game as a pickup, but If that person wants to do that, that's entirely their right. If the person is excited about the game they get, they show you the game and they talk about, hey, I want to tell you about the memories I've had in this past series, and I'm excited about getting this game today. There's nothing wrong with that. I can choose to watch the video or not. That is really up to the person or not. As to flooding YouTube with too many of the same kind of videos, if the person is passionate or like what they do, who am I to tell them not to do it? If they like to do it that way, that's their business. Just don't watch their video. Package and pickup videos are just, for a lot of people, it's their way of showing what they got, and sometimes in a lot of ways that's the only kind of video they know how to make. They don't, maybe they don't talk it on camera, maybe they don't like to discuss, so that's a lot of people like, hey, here's my collection, here's these cool games, and that's all they'd like to do. There's nothing wrong with that. So, next up, The Miz wanted me to shout out a channel, and the channel is Clan of the Grey Wolf. I recently found this channel. It has amazing videos, very high production value, and very informative. Is the main reason to check it out. Highlights are 16-bit gem series and painful memories in gaming series. I suggest people to check them out. Check out their playlist, nicely organized. So I will put a link to The Miz and Clan of the Grey Wolf below. So the next one is the one I said I would do, and I'm going to add to my recommended channel list on the front of my channel page, is OtoU272K. This is from back when I did YouTube Gaming Community number 60, where it's still open, it has not closed. If anybody wants to describe their channel, I will read your description in a video, and I will put you on my checkout channel list for a little while, because this one's on, and then I'm going to change it and put some channels that I've never put on my channel checkout list for people to check out. But anyway, OtoU272K, he says, are something I always wanted to do. It's great to be able to do something you enjoy doing for once. It's nice to have a small number of followers because we connect very well. Plus, we all share a passion for the ZX Spectrum. We all grew up with it, so it's a bonus to have that group with you, because the channel is focused only on the ZX Spectrum. If you've never seen GameSport, or if you love that system, I highly recommend you check out his awesome channel. So, now we're going to get to our massive amount of videos to check out. And the first one is by 16-Bit Gaming, talking about PlayStation Network being down. PlayStation Network down, here's the solution, very simple fix. This is a great video where he shows him trying to log on the PSN network, can't, gets upset, calls Sony, and then at the end he puts in a Super Nintendo game and starts playing the game. Next up is Big Wit 425. Big Wit 425, the video is 2.0. It is a Black Ops montage where he basically uses only a ballistic knife, and if I believe correctly, I believe Disturbed is the music he's playing in the background. So if you're interested, check that out. It's the second montage he's ever done. Next up is The Stig. His is Everdrive for the Game Gear review. If you've never seen this before, check it out for the Game Gear. I don't know what system doesn't have the Everdrive at this point, but really cool. Next up is Dorkly Bits Mushroom Kingdom. It's where Princess Peach goes back, talks to her father about how she was saved, and he tells her, well, what happened? He tells her, well, I got saved by a plumber, and then he's like, well, he must be a great guy, and he tells his name. You really got to see the video for the very end of it. It's really funny. Next up is Hvillin, Panigi Chronicles Episode 3. It's the one he sent me, and his description is, hey, Trouble 8385. If you're a real Nintendo fan, maybe you'll understand my series. It's about the apprentice of Luigi. The whole point of this series is there's an apprentice of Mario, Luigi, and a bunch of other famous video game characters. And these guys do a bunch of comedy skits. So if you're interested, check that out. Next up is Picadoagamer Mortal Kombat Challenge Tower number 300 defeated. The reward with it. If you want to see him, what happens after you beat the 300th challenge on the new Mortal Kombat Challenge Tower, and see what you get from beating it, and since it's a PS3 version, the trophies he gets for it, check that out. Very cool thing, because I'm at currently challenge 58 actually. Next up is WaangTheZombies, Waang Reviews, Crisis Force for the NES/FAMICOM. If you've never seen that shmup, check it out. Really cool game. Next up is KotakuMike, Crash Bandicoot Return. This is a fan-made demo he's showing, and it was made using the CryEngine 3. So it's really cool to see actually Crash Bandicoot in HD. It looks awesome. Next up is Petzoldhaus, Lego Starcraft 2 Siege Tank Remote Control. This is really cool how I made this with Legos, and to see this Siege Tank, the whole thing move and change, it's really, really awesome looking. Next up is Steve Benway's Chaos on the Acorn Archimedes A3010. This game is like a different version of Asteroids. It's the best way to describe this game. If you've never seen it, check it out. It really looks really cool. Next up is HappyConsoleGamer Tombs and Treasures Review HD. This is an NES game. If you've never seen it before, I only remember seeing this game once in my entire life at my video store one time. If you're interested, check that out. Next up is Phreakindee's The Oregon Trail History and Review. If you never want to know the history or have ever played the Oregon Trail, I do know right now Facebook has the latest. They now have a Facebook game of Oregon Trail out there. My wife plays that game all the time. Next up is Gamester81, Gametalk feat with Captain 8-Bit. So if you want to see two people like me talking together, check that out. And just for a little bit of fun, check out Amisbro. The following is a PSA to anyone whom is putting out videos about the PSN being down. Just funny listening to him talk like an old man. Only talking about the fact that PSN now, not all the credit card stuff that people get caught up in. Check it out. Really funny, actually. Next is Techromancer 1's My SNK NeoGeo Pocket Collection. If you've never seen a NeoGeo Pocket or the cool games he has with it, check it out. Next is Old School NYC Gamer, a long-awaited console overview from 1982 Part 1. So if you want to relive 1982, highly recommend checking out his cool video. And next one is from Grover Raider. It is the Console Wars Xmas 1990. I believe this is a piece from Good Morning America. If you're interested in reliving that, check that out. And next is Maxim RD EverdriveGG Deluxe Part 1 Unboxing. If you've never seen an EverdriveGG Deluxe. Also, I must thank Maxim RD because in my last video in my other channel, 888-385 Show, I actually spelled the title wrong, and he pointed out to me and I fixed it. So thank him. Next up is Nerox, The Sights and Sounds of Ghost Pilots NeoGeo 1991. If you've never seen that game, really cool looking game. Next is Mark Vergier, ColecoVision JagoVision gamepad created by the Stig. The Stig had took a Atari Jaguar controller and modified it so that it would fit on Mark Vergier's ColecoVision. Really cool. And next up is 911 Bones, Big Gaming Channels Community Tag plus advice from me. It's basically what big gaming channels influenced you on YouTube. If you want more details, check out the video. Really cool. He shouts out a lot of great channels in that. Next up is A Murphy 245 Game Room Tour April 2011. If you like game room tours. Next up, Luke Morris 1 Midway PCB soundboard test and repair tips. Like all Luke Morris 1s, a lot of his stuff is dealing with arcade stuff, repairs, what to do. If you're interested, check that out. Next one is the Power Game Player Room Tour, because you know how much I love room tours. Next up is Retro Gamer VX, Retro Birthday, Prestige Chat Room, and a Bad Behaving Vortex. If you want to check to see what he got for his birthday. It's really cool stuff. Check that out. And last but not least, Gamers of War Room Tour and contest giveaway. Congratulations to him for hitting 100 subs. If you're interested in his giveaway or his room tour, check that video out. And for me, this week was fun because we hit Saturday and my wife gets sick, and then Sunday she's sick, so I'm taking care of my son who's a little bit under the weather. We play all day, and then Sunday night he gets sick, so it made it for a fun weekend. But this week, in Wednesday, I'll be doing I've done my arcade life before. Well, this week I'm going to be doing my computer life, going over a computer game that was that I really loved and was very influential to me. So I will be doing that on Wednesday. And keep up. This week, a lot of people, especially yesterday when unfortunately I wasn't able to be on YouTube much, send me a lot of messages. Keep sending the messages of either videos of yours you want me to check out, channels you think I should check out, or videos, and I will get to them and I will shout them out. So, till next video, guys.